Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 99 Days Life Coaching episode 28. Okay, so let me start off with telling you a story of my Facebook friend. So, I have a Facebook friend whose life seems perfect, and she lives in a gorgeous house, and she has a really rewarding career, and she and her family go on all these exciting adventures during the weekends. And I swear that I think they actually bring along a professional photographer with them, because no matter where they go or what they do, all the whole family, the photos of the whole family just look so perfect and beautiful. And she always, posting about how blessed she is and how grateful she is for the life that she has. And I get the feeling that she just not posting those things for the sake of Facebook, but she truly means it. And how many of you have a friend kind of like that? If you do, just type in me for me. And how many of you kind of don't like that person sometimes, okay? Well, we all do this, right? It is a bit hard not to do, but that way of thinking actually causes something. And that's what I want to share with you today is about our bad habits that cause us, which is related to our, mental health and mental muscle itself. Maybe you have scrolled through your Facebook feed and then you think, so what if I just roll my eyes? It's just 5 seconds or even 1 second, right? How could it be hurting me? So, well, researchers actually, scientists actually have found that envying on your friends on Facebook actually leads to depression, right? And that is just, one of the traps that our mind can set for us. And have you ever complained about your boss or look at your friend's life and thought, why do why do they all have that kind of luck? Or you can't help thinking that way, right? Yeah. And that way of thinking seems small in the moment. In fact, it might even make you feel better in the moment. But that way of thinking is eating away your mental strength. And there's three kinds of destructive beliefs that makes us less effective and rob us of our mental strength. So I'm going to share with you these three kinds of destructive beliefs. The first one. The first one is unhealthy beliefs about ourselves. We tend to feel sorry for ourselves, and while it is okay when something have happened, self-pity goes beyond that. It is when you start to magnify your misfortune, and when you think about things like, why do these things, always happen to me? I shouldn't have dealt with it. That way of thinking actually keeps you stuck, keep you focused on the problem, and keep you from finding a solution. And when you can't create a solution, you can always take the steps to make your life or somebody's life better. But you can't do that when you are actually busy, with your own pity party. Self pity is really a major destructive things in our life, okay? So the second type of destructive beliefs that holds us back is unhealthy beliefs about others people, okay? We always think that, other people can control us, or and when we think others people can control us, we actually give away our power. But as an adult who live in a free country, there's very few things in life that you have to do. So when you say, I have to work late, You give away your power. And yeah, you're right. Maybe sometimes there will be a consequences if you don't work late, but it is still a choice, right? You still have a choice. Or when you say, "Mhm, my mother-in-law drives me crazy," you give away your power. Maybe she's not the nicest person on earth, but it's up to you how you respond to her because you are in control, right? And the third type of destructive belief is that, unhealthy belief that holds us back is unhealthy beliefs about the world, okay? And how many of you tend to think that, the world owes us something? How many of you type in me if you are one of them? We always think that if I put enough, hard work, then I deserve success. But expecting success to fall into your lap, just like some sort of cosmic reward, will only lead to disappointment. But I know it is, very hard to give up your bad mental habits. It is hard to get rid of all those unhealthy beliefs that we have carried around with us for ages, right? But you can't afford not to give them up because sooner or later you're going to hit a time in your life where you need all the mental strength that you can master. Example during this pandemic, right? And mental strength is actually, a lot like physical strength. Let's say if you want to be physically strong, you need to work out. But if you really want to see the tremendous result itself, you have to give up your favorite junk food, right? So mental health is the same. If you want to be mentally strong, yeah, if you want to be mentally strong, you need good habits like practicing gratitude, but you also have to give up your bad habits like example, like resenting somebody else's success. So no matter how often that happens, it will hold you back. So how do you train your brain to think differently? And how do you give up those bad mental habits that you have carried around with you? Is that is that by just countering those unhealthy beliefs that I shared with you earlier on, the three unhealthy habits with the healthier ones. Let's start with the first one. So if let's say, for example, unhealthy habits about ourselves mostly come about because we are uncomfortable with our feelings. The feeling of feeling sad, scared, anger, or even hurt. Those things are really uncomfortable. So we go great lengths to avoid that discomfort. We try to escape it by doing things like hosting a PT party. Again, it's a PT party. And although there's a temporary distraction, it just prolongs the pain. The only way to get through uncomfortable emotions, the only way to deal with them, is you yourself have to go through them. To let yourself feel sad and then move on. To gain confidence in your ability to deal with that discomfort. We all have the ability to do that. We all have the power to do that. Second, unhealthy beliefs about others come about because we compare ourselves to other people. How many of you agree with this statement? We compare ourselves to others. Type in yes if you are one of them. We think that they are either above us or below us, or we think that they can control how we feel, or that we can control how they behave, or we blame them for holding us back. But really, it's our own choice that do that. You have to accept that you are your own person, and other people are separate from you. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person that you were yesterday. I repeat, the only person you should compare yourself to is the person that you were yesterday. And a healthy belief about the world comes about, because deep down, we want the world to be so fair. We want to think that if we put in enough, good deeds, enough good things will happen to us. Or if we tough it out through enough bad times, you know, um, we will get some sort of reward. But ultimately, you have to accept that life isn't fair. The world is never fair to us, okay? And that can be liberating. Yeah, it means you won't necessarily be rewarded for your goodness, but it also means that no matter how much you have suffered, you are not doomed to keep suffering. Yeah. The world, the world doesn't work that way. Your world is what you make it. But of course, before you can change your world, you will have, you know, you will have to believe that you can change it. You have to believe that you can change it. Yeah. How to build your mental strength. Okay. And once you believe that you could change your world, you will have the mental strength to change it. And that you can give up your bad mental habits. And all this started with just one small step. And so, therefore, I would like to invite you to consider what bad mental habits that are holding you back and what unhealthy beliefs that, um, just keeping you, yeah, and what unhealthy habits that are keeping you from being as mentally strong as you could be. And what is one small step that you can take today, right here and right now?